Do you watch The Eric Andre Show? If you don't, stop watching this video right now because it's about to get weird. But if you do, you probably like it. And if you like it, you've probably had a hard time explaining why to the deeply concerned family members who stumbled into your room whilst you were watching it. It's definitely not your grandma's late-night television broadcast, and while the nebulous, chaotic, and at times Lovecraftian nature of this show seems to bewilder and enchant its audiences, it doubly has a penchant for being, well, hard to explain. So what is it about this maniacal madhouse of destruction, rebirth, and parody that makes the show so memorable? Why do we enjoy the seemingly insane and otherworldly charm of the show's host, and how the hell has this show been around for 8 years? In short, what makes The Eric Andre Show so good? It's easy to get lost in this show. After all, the loose structure and manic nature of what's presented to the audience each and every episode almost encourages its audience to just let go. To let go of whatever the hell you were thinking or doing or feeling and just hang on for a wild ride. Each episode starts with Eric Andre destroying his own set and either murdering his stagehands or making love to them. He does insane genre-hopping activities like killing Nazis and playing smooth jazz, but always, by the end of each and every intro, the set completely repairs itself and a semblance of normalcy is returned. And I think that right there is a fantastic allegory for the show in general. It's a show that destroys itself each and every episode by completely going off the rails with its own wackiness, obliterating any chance its audience has at understanding just what the hell is going on, jumping from skit to prank to interview without warning, and yet, much like the set itself, at the end of each episode, as the ending credits play, the audience reels itself back to reality and feels good. Like I just took a dip into madness, wrapped myself in hysteria and nihilistic bliss, and for a moment, forgot about whatever the hell my brain was trying to get me to worry about. The Eric Andre Show certainly has its own sense of wit, charm, and pizzazz, but it's not for everyone. It's essentially the TV show equivalent to OK Buddy Retard memes, and for those of you fortunate enough to not know what those are, they are basically memes meant to satirize internet culture and humanity in general by filtering literally everything and anything through a filter of ironic, crude, or straight-up nonsensical humor. These memes are a cesspool of chaos and indecent immaturity, and yet at the same time, they overflow with self-awareness, irony, and true wit. Of course, you might not get that at first glance, and I'd understand, but the same can be said about the Eric Andre Show in many ways. This show, its jokes, its bits, and Lord Almighty, its guest appearances may all seem completely bonkers and without flow or rhythm, but yet something is there. Something ephemeral yet lasting, something primal yet strangely structured, something hysteric and hilarious, something you really just can't put your finger on. And while there's no agenda here, there's no real point, don't let that fool you into thinking this show is complete unhinged chaos. There's a structure underneath the madness, a routine if you will, that establishes in the mind of the viewer. Every time we see the absurdity of Eric Andre destroying his set, our minds are primed and ready for whatever uncertain lunacies might be placed before us. It's routine and ordered, but also chaotic and unpredictable. And that's kind of what makes the show stand out so much to me. It is a contradiction. Structured yet in disarray, consistent yet unpredictable. It's a talk show that almost never lets its guests talk. It's a prank show with pranks that threaten those who witness them with brief moments of insanity and senselessness. It's a comedy show for those of us with broken senses of humor that have been worn down by years of traditionally funny content. It's all this while also being nothing. There's no real plot, no forward flow. If it wasn't for Eric Andre straight up telling the audience what season they were watching, you could honestly watch these episodes completely out of order and you wouldn't miss a thing. It's just content, like sitting down on a roller coaster with a blindfold on. 1 second you're zooming left, then a sharp turn right. Now we're going backwards, and I'm pretty sure the cart just dislodged from the train track, but oh wait, here we are, back at the loading dock. In a world that's littered with certainties, facts, stressors, and presumed meaning, the Eric Andre Show is an escape. An escape into nothingness and total meaninglessness. An escape into dark humor and chaotic fun. It's a portal into the mind of madness and a mirror with which to self-reflect. Why did I think this was funny? Why do I find myself glued to the screen? Why do I think the Eric Andre show is so good? I don't know. Guess I'll just have to wait for season 6.